Hello children, how are you? Must be doing fine at home, right? You are in the middle section of school. Till last year, you were in the primary section. But now, you have come one step ahead. And sixth standard, you get more number of books to study and you are little older to understand many things. See, in English, you have got two textbooks other than the grammar, right? If you remember, in your previous module, you heard a story from your detailed textbook Honeysuckle, lesson 3, Tarot's Reward. Today, you are going to have a lesson from your non-detailed textbook. What is the name? A Pact with the Sun. And we are going to do third lesson. The name of the lesson is The Shepherd's Treasure. This is a story from Afghan about a shepherd. A shepherd. How can a shepherd have treasure? But in this story, we are going to see what type of treasure the shepherd was having. So, we are talking about a poor shepherd who is to take his cattle to the jungle area for their feed. And he himself, he did not have a house or anything. Wherever he felt, he spent his night and whatever he got, he had it. He lived in a very small hut in one of the villages. But he was very intelligent. He was very smart. He did not go to any school. He was poor. He had no money. So he did not know how to read and write. But intelligence has got nothing to do with read and write. A person can be wise, a person can be smart even without having any knowledge of going to school, even without reading and writing. So this shepherd also was one among them. And anyone, whomever he met or whoever wanted help from him, he always helped them. He was very generous at heart, very kind. For him, nothing mattered. If somebody came to his house during lunchtime, he used to feed whatever he had. And he used to ask them if they were satisfied. And he was very satisfied feeding the guest who came to his house. Guest in the sense, anybody who passed by his hut and wanted something to eat or drink when they were hungry. So let us start the story. A shepherd from Afghan, he lived in a small village, okay, and he used to help everyone, as I told you. And such news, it spreads everywhere. People talk. Whether it is good or bad, people carry it to others. And slowly the topic went to everyone in the village and in the neighboring villages also. That they used to say, there is a shepherd who helps everyone and is very kind. He is very poor. But if anybody went to him, he always solved their problem. So his name and fame spread everywhere. Slowly, the matter went to the king of Afghan too. Okay? Kings, king, they always think twice before listening to anything. So the king also wanted to know the truth about this shepherd. So what he does, he disguises himself. Disguises means changing the appearance. When you want to fool somebody or when you want to threaten somebody, you change your appearance, isn't it? And then you try to scare the person. For example, in school when you have fancy dress competition, you change your appearance. So here also, what did the king do? He changed his appearance and he dressed up like a simple shepherd. And he went in search of that poor shepherd and asked him, he said that he was feeling very thirsty and tired and he wanted to take rest. So, as usual, the poor shepherd invited him into his hut, fed him whatever food he had and gave him place to rest. He was very kind, he was very generous, as he was kind and generous to anyone who came to his doorstep. The next morning, when the king in disguise wanted to leave, he was very thankful to the poor shepherd and bid him goodbye and said that he had a long distance to go, so he wanted to leave. And he thanked the shepherd. And you know what the shepherd said? "Welcome, your majesty." The king was shocked and surprised. He thought he was in a disguise. How did this poor shepherd recognize me? So that proved his wisdom and how far-sighted he was and how smart he was. The king was very happy. Then you know what he did? He said that he would appoint that poor shepherd as a governor for one of a province. Well, the poor shepherd became a governor of a small province. Then what happened? He began to take care of all the people. You know, he did not lose his behavior. He did not change his habits. He was as good as ever. He was as kind as ever. He maintained the same attitude. Okay? Then what happens? Other governors of the other provinces, they got jealous of him. They were not able to digest that a poor shepherd was made a governor. Then when jealousy comes into a human being, then the person starts cooking stories, that is building up stories, false stories about that person. And in every way they try to put down the good person. But if you're good, nobody can change you. Here also our poor shepherd, he did not bother about the gossips. Gossips means the false tale that was being spread by them in different parts of the village. But the poor shepherd was a very good man. He did not bother about all that thing. And some of the governors went to the king and they told the king also the same thing, that the poor shepherd who was made the governor was a thief and he was robbing the money that was belonging to the treasury, that belonged to the kingdom. And when somebody says something again and again and again, what happens? The king also, he felt that maybe the other governors are right and that poor shepherd must have become greedy and must have taken money from the treasury and must be having a wealth. So after some times, the king decided to call the poor shepherd. The moment he was called, he came riding on his camel and reached the king's palace. And whenever the poor shepherd went anywhere, wherever he went, he was carrying an iron box with him. So that iron box was pinching the other governors. They thought that poor man was having lot of wealth in that iron box. So they had a nice opportunity to get him caught red-handed. Red-handed means right in front of the king, opening somebody's reality. So the shepherd came and the king asked him, "What is there in that chest?" Chest means an iron box. So the shepherd gave a sweet smile. He said, "Your Majesty, you can see it. I have my treasure in that." Now all the other governors and the villagers, they were very much excited to get this governor caught and they wanted to punish him. Right? Then the king ordered one of his servants to remove the iron box from the camel's back and open it. The moment it was opened, all were shocked. What was there? A very old torn blanket. Right? A blanket, nothing else. No gold, no money, nothing. Okay? Now the king was in a very odd situation. He was in a fix. He felt ashamed of himself because he believed the tales told by the governors. Then he asked the poor shepherd, "What is that you're carrying? You are a governor of a province. Then why are you having this torn blanket with you?" You know what reply the shepherd gave? He said, "Your Majesty, today I am a governor. Maybe some other day you will remove me from the post of governor. That time I won't have anything to protect myself, cover myself. Today I may be in a very decent dress, I am wearing a governor's dress, everything. But tomorrow if I am not a governor, what will I wear? This blanket is going to protect me, and this is the only treasure I am having." The king felt very bad. Why? Because being a king, he believed the false tales carried by the other governors. And what he did, again he rewarded that poor shepherd. How? He made him the governor of another big province. Then every other governors had to keep quiet. Children, the moral of the story is simplicity. The more simple you are, the more truthful you are always appreciated. Any kind of showcase for what you're not, you should be your original. You should never be putting up show of something else. Always be simple, truthful, honest, and wise. If you're intelligent, nobody can defeat you. And if you're truthful, if you're honest, nobody can put you into trouble. A truthful and honest person can meet the eyes of the others and speak. If a person tells lies, or if a person is not honest, they cannot meet the eye of another person. So my dear children, my lesson to you all is that always be good, always be honest, and you'll never fail in your life. Thank you.